What's up, Wolfpack? Jasmine Supreme here.
Hey, it's Anaje Crump.
This week we have a teacher spotlight, esports,
and a look into our fourth block walkers.
All that in 20 seconds.
This week, we're switching it up with a teacher spotlight. Our reporters, Jaden, Zora, and Jasmine went out to interview Mr. Carl Holzenbach.
In room 3408, you'll find a teacher whose impact stretches beyond the school walls. His name is Carl Holzenbach. He is an economic and government teacher, and he has been shaping minds with a mix of patience, humor, and a deep belief in what his students can become.
I have been teaching since 2001, so this is my 25th year teaching. I have taught, started out teaching 7th grade, and then I taught 8th grade Georgia history for about 8 or 9 years, and then I've been teaching high school ever since 2008, actually.
The number one question that we all ask is what inspired Mr. Holzenbach to become a teacher?
I would say some college professors that I had that just really kind of like took some time to say, hey, look, this is, what do you want to do with your life? Like, I don't even know. And they said, well, I said, I kind of like what you guys do. They said, okay, well then kind of here's a pathway to you to get there. And, so I met with them and they counseled me and they said, here's kind of the path to become a teacher and here's what to expect. And, just kind of, they had a big influence in my life and I just really appreciated that and the time they spent to to seek me out and go, hey, look, you might be pretty good at this and, take a shot. This school year, I still want to maintain the high success rate for the AP Gov exam, and my kids have been doing great on it. More of a testament to them, but they've been doing great the past couple of years, and I expect big things out of this group, and just can't wait to see graduation and then what they do after that.
Even after years in his profession, Holzenbach's enthusiasm never fades. He walks into school with high energy and is ready to pass down that same energy to new teachers with advice.
First year is your worst year, and don't take everything personal from the kids, but do make it personal with them and try to get to know them and let them know that you care and that you love them and you're there for them. And if you just try to guide them like those teachers guided me when I was younger. So.
This week, our North Paulding esports team begins their practice for the upcoming tournaments for the 2026 spring season. Members compete against other schools in different video games such as Marvel Rivals, Splatoon, Super Smash Bros., and more. All participating students are getting ready and settling in before the qualifying matches start by playing their favorite games against each other and scrimmaging with other schools, honing their mental and physical skills to bring our school's team to victory. Everyone be sure to cheer on our esports team on as they prepare to Super Smash this season.
My favorite thing about coaching esports is connecting with those kids. A lot of our players don't have other outlets that they can get comfortable with. They aren't typical athletes. They're not going to be recognized. They are a lot of times more loner types. This gives them a chance to form a community as well as represent the school.
Now to Cheyenne Smith with the Pack Sports.
What's up, Wolfpack? I'm Cheyenne Smith, and welcome back to In the Den. Let's get into this week's sports news. Dribble, dribble, shoot. Our boys basketball team is back in action this week after a tough loss to Wheeler, falling 101-36. The boys now sit at 5-19 on their season record and will look to regroup as they head on the road for a region matchup against North Cobb this Friday, February 6th. Tip-off set for 7:30 at North Cobb. The Lady Pack basketball team is back on the road for a region matchup on February 6th as they take on North Cobb at North Cobb starting at 6 p.m. The girls enter this game riding a strong 58-39 win over Wheeler on Wednesday. The girls are ranked first in Georgia, and our Lady Pack looks to repeat their dominant 61-35 they had on North Cobb from January. Last Thursday, our recreational basketball league held its championship game. The team taking home the win was the Duncan Ball. Congratulations to all of our players on their great undefeated season. Let's play ball. The baseball team wrapped up its annual blue and gray scrimmage last week and is officially ready to kick off the season with energy. The boys will play at home in the Den on February 9th, hosting East Paulding with the first pitch scheduled for 5:55, setting a stage for an exciting season. Lacrosse season is also here, with both teams hitting the field this week. The boys open their season on February 10th on the road at Lassiter with a 7:45 face-off. The girls follow on February 11th, hosting Westminster here in the Den at 5:30. Start making plans and come out to support. Both those soccer teams are ready to kick off their season at home here in the Den. The girls play on February 9th as they take on Meadow Creek with a 6 p.m. kickoff, followed by our boys on February 10th against Allatoona at 7:15. Grab your cleats as we'll see you in the Den for both of those games. Our Wolfpack wrestlers are wrapping up their season. This past weekend, they wrestled at Regions. Congratulations to all who placed and are advancing to sectionals. And a huge congrats to Easton Estes and Ben Southern for both earning first place and becoming back-to-back region champions, okay? Did you know women were once told that competitive sports were unsafe for them to compete in? Women's in Sports Day traces back to the long fight for equal rights in athletics. For most of history, women were excluded from organized sports and limited to only sports that are considered acceptable. That began to change in the 20th century as women pushed to compete in competitive arenas, gained Olympic events, and challenged social norms. Today, Women in Sports Day celebrates those breakthroughs and honors females athletes past and present. Hip hip hooray. We were so proud to celebrate the student athletes this past Wednesday morning as they signed to compete at a college level. Some of those athletes include Emily Huffman, who will cheer at Georgia College and State University, Kennedy Kelly, who will play soccer at Stanford University, and Sage Demirit, who will run track at Harvard. Again, huge congratulations to those athletes and the coaches on this incredible achievement as they play on the next chapter. That was all for this week's sports news. Make sure you come back next week for more sports news, and as always, go back. Now, back to Anaje.
Have you ever wondered what teachers do during their planning period? Well, we have. Lucas and I were accompanied by Ms. Carter, Mr. McDermott, and Mr. Gardner to tag along and share some of their opinions as we took a stroll around North Paulding. This week we have a new segment called Fourth Block Walkers. I'm Anaje Crump.
And I'm Lucas Jewell.
And today we're going to be joined by 3 outstanding teachers who we're just really going to ask some random questions, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so who are you guys?
Miss Carter.
Coach Gardner.
Mr. McDermott.
All right, so you guys ready to walk?
Yeah.
All right, so first question. What restaurant has the best fries?
Oh my God. I don't know. That's a good question. I like Chick-fil-A, but
Chick-fil-A?
it's not really like a restaurant, you know what I mean?
I mean, like any restaurant would count, yeah.
Restaurant with the best fries, McDonald's in 1995.
Why the specific year?
Because that's when they still used real fatty grease and it was like bad for us, but tasted delicious.
What animal would you compare yourself to, and how do you think they would walk or demonstrate how they would walk, like if you were that animal?
What animal would I be? Yes. I mean, my whole life I've just been made fun of because my name is Jeff with a G, just like the giraffe from Toys R Us. So I guess I'm going with Jeffrey the giraffe. Okay.
Can you show us how they walk?
I don't know how they walk. They're just kind of like.
Do you think soup is a cereal?
I would say that's kind of like is the hot dog a sandwich. It's like one of those gray zones, but it definitely is milk first when you eat cereal. Just so you know.
Okay, so why did y'all start walking, and like what was like the inspo behind it?
A lot of it started when we were so big we had floaters. So some teacher I generally didn't know would be in my classroom during my planning. So rather than just be like, I'm going to go sit in the media center, you can walk around and actually be productive with your time as opposed to being useless.
What's your favorite block to teach?
Favorite block to teach? Fourth period, because there's no one there. It's just me by myself. No, anything but lunch. That period just drags. There's so much time.
And what's your favorite block to teach?
I like them all, but if I had to pick first, because once they're all here, it's not interrupted by like the announcements or lunch or them wanting to go home because it's fourth block.
Okay. Thank you, guys. That was our last question. I know these were really random. So do you guys have anything like last things to say? Any last words? Any advice to give students?
Yeah, stay awake and stay off your phones.
Same.
Yeah. Stay off your phones.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Look, this is like the not that difficult part of life. So you gotta do this to get the fun stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And don't be like Lucas. Okay.
To kick off the first live stream in Black History Month, we're highlighting American Olympic bobsledder Elena Myers-Taylor. She was born in California, then moved to Douglasville, Georgia. She graduated from George Washington University in 2007 with her bachelor's in exercise science and graduated with her master's in sports management 4 years later. When she was 9 years old, Taylor made a goal to become an Olympian. 17 years later, she would go on to compete in the Vancouver 2010 Olympics at the age of 26. Since then, she has won 5 medals, which is the most by any Black athlete in the Winter Olympics. Elena has served as a leader in her sport, including as a former president of the Women's Sports Foundation and recognized for her longevity and excellence. As a mother of 2, she advocates for her family, Black history, and representation in sports.
It's time for another Wolfpack playlist. With Valentine's Day coming up, we want to know what you're listening to. This time, we're asking for your favorite love songs or your favorite breakup songs. DM our Instagram with the song title, the artist's name, and why you submitted it for a chance to be featured on next week's show.
If you plan on taking the SAT or ACT, make sure you register for one of the dates on your screen. Below that are the registration deadlines. To register for the SAT, go to www.collegeboard.org and use the school code 110965 to sign up. To register for the ACT, go to www.act.org.
Yearbooks are currently $90 and available to order at yearbookordercenter.com using our school code 10449. Make sure to buy your yearbooks.
Prom will be held on March 13th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Cobb Galleria Ballroom. The theme is a royal evening. Tickets are $90 on RevTrack and will be on sale from January 26th to February 25th. For non-MPHS students, approval forms are due February 13th.
DECA is collecting baby wipes and pull-up diapers in different sizes for Families in Cartersville. Donate items to room numbers 626, 1201, and 1421. All donations will conclude March 2nd. Please donate.
The Triumph Music Honor Society is hosting a dessert cabaret in the cafeteria where they'll serve desserts and fruits with a live performance by the fine arts students. This will be held February 11th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Entrance fee is $5 and all proceeds benefit the Share the Music Foundation.
In honor of prom coming up, the music students here at North are doing promposals for your special someone. For $5, you can have a group of chorus students or band students help make your promposal special by surprising your person with a song and invitation to prom. Promposals will be February 23rd and 24th during third block classes. Deadline to order is February 20th. Scan the QR code to order or visit Miss Madison in room 407 for more information.
Be sure to follow our Instagram and TikTok at NPHS_Wolfpack Productions and subscribe to North Paulding's YouTube page to get notified when we go live.
Well, that's all we have for this week, Wolfpack. I can't wait to hear all the songs you guys submit for next week's Wolfpack playlist.
Me too. And remember to buy your yearbooks and prom tickets, guys.
And as always, that's a wrap, Wolfpack.